It can reach speeds of more than 70 miles per hour, more than 110 kilometers per hour, at least for a short distance. But this is a consequence of a rather narrow hunting specialization. The cheetah most often hunts fast and maneuverable impalas and gazelles. He is strong enough to defeat wildebeest or zebra, but fighting with other large predators is a very, very bad idea for him. He has no chance against a lion, so it's also better not to mess with a hyena and a leopard. The anatomy of a light and lean cheetah is designed for a lightning-fast short chase, a quick strike, and the completion of the hunt. Massive rivals are not for him, especially a giant snake that relies on brute force. Therefore, if a cheetah meets a python, it will try to simply bypass the threat. He will not be able to defeat an adult snake. As for venomous snakes, the incredible speed of running does not mean that the cheetah's reaction speed is better than that of a flash or mercury. He can dodge the cobra's throw, but why risk it if there are plenty of appetizing and mostly defenseless impalas around? In general, although mongooses and honey badgers have a reputation for snake hunters, cats practically do not lag behind their colleagues and are often the first to attack snakes. They are just universal hunters, so the fame of snake fighters has passed them by. It's a pity. Even small cats can fight back against a huge cobra. The secret of success is courage. The venomous snake has one weapon for that ultimatum. Therefore, the only chance to survive is to go straight towards danger. Therefore, cats in a fight with poisonous snakes do not attack the tail and not the trunk, but aim directly at the head. Thus, the brave animal tries to knock down the attacking rush of the enemy. If the claws hit the snake's forehead, it cannot physically reach the paws with its teeth. This tactic does not always work. In addition, small cats are vulnerable to snakes, which prefer strangulation to poison. This rather famous scene of the cat mom's confrontation with a huge python ended with the rescue of the kids because they were carrying people nearby who did not care about the balance in the world of wildlife. The cat fought bravely and threw the snake off the slope several times, but a little more, and the python would have eaten the kittens. To prevent this, people intervened at the last moment and literally pulled the snake by the tail out of the cat's lair. Would you have done the same? Or would you have taken the position of biologists who prefer the role of outside observers? Let us know in the comments. But where small cats give up, panthers and other large relatives, on the contrary, overcome snakes. The largest representative of this family is the tiger. Its mass often exceeds 1/4 of a ton. In addition to pure physical strength, he has amazing fighting skills. It seems that during hunting, the tiger uses some kind of martial arts that allow him to throw a buffalo weighing up to a ton over his shoulder, break the boar's neck with one blow, or overwhelm a deer before the ungulate realizes what happened at all. Nevertheless, the snake is a worthy opponent even for such a tough fighter. This is a very rare, still black and white video of such a duel of giants. We must give the tiger his due. His straightforward attack seems to have discouraged the python. Instead of cunning tactics, the striped beast decides to rely on something that has never failed him: crushing force. But the python, especially such a huge one, is not a pack of chips that you can just take away from the supermarket shelf to have a snack in the evening. The snake avoided the fight with all its might. She has repeatedly given warning signals to the tiger that she does not want a fight. But the striped one simply ignored the reptile and bit into its side. Then the python was forced to resort to its incredible strength. The tiger responded with fangs. The cat's jaws closed several times around the python's head and neck. To the tiger's surprise, this was not enough to end the fight in his favor. The python bit into the tiger from the side, then wrapped its rings right around him. The tiger's strength is incredible. Even with such a burden, he managed to jump high several times. but he never managed to slip out of the snake's grasp. Well, the python can honestly admit that it was just honest self-defense. As a result, the tiger was never able to get free. Surely during the last stage of this giant fight, he regretted that he decided to contact a snake 3 times his body length. After all, this python is a good 26 feet, 8 meters, of tight muscles. And to save its own life, the snake used every one of them. The tiger could not escape. The python realized that it was overpowering its enemy and did not let it go. He tightened his grip harder, then even harder, and the tiger just couldn't take a breath. The snake's muscles around his torso were so tightly tightened that the tiger could not physically straighten his chest to let air into his lungs. And then the python tightened its embrace even more to inflict critical damage to the internal organs of the striped hunter, who has now become prey. There is also a relatively new video in which a tiger and a python appear to us as such heroes of a western. 2 fighters met on a narrow path. They stopped to assess each other. Who was gonna shoot first? Nobody. The tiger just retreats. And the python doesn't want to mess with this guy either. Hunting is a dangerous business, but it's better to rush at bulls than to try to overcome a huge snake. Smart move for a tiger, don't you think? Although the jaguar is the only panther of the New World, it is far from the only wild cat that lives on the American continent. A worthy competitor to her is the cougar. Although it often exceeds leopards in size, the cougar is not a panther and belongs to small cats. This scientific classification is related to the structure of the skull and vocal cords. For all its size and strength, a cougar cannot growl like a lion or a tiger, but it will be able to give the snakes the same decent fight as the jaguar, huh? It turns out that everything depends on the snake. The fact is that the rattlesnake, which lives mainly in North America, is probably the fastest snake in the world. That is, if you only take into account the speed of the throw. This reptile bites almost as fast as a bullet flies into its target. Dodging the lunge is almost impossible for anyone except exceptionally agile animals. Once upon a time, Indian mongooses were even brought to America so that these animals would help farmers exterminate snakes that bite cattle. But the animal, which dealt with cobras at home without any problems, turned out to be powerless against the rattlesnake. The snake was simply too fast for it. So, in a rattlesnake and cougar duel, it's better to bet on the reptile. Your chances are way higher. Rattlesnake venom has a pronounced hemotoxic effect. This means that it destroys the structure of the blood and poisons the heart along with the entire circulatory system. Even a minuscule amount of poison when it gets into the blood can deal with a cougar in a couple of minutes. Fortunately, there is a mysterious balance in nature, and the more terrible the poison, the more difficult it is for the snake's body to produce it. Therefore, the rattlesnake does not bite everyone that it can reach. Although this snake is not afraid of a fight, it tries to avoid it to the last minute. That's why it needs a rattle, a specific skin structure at the tip of the tail. The masking coloration, which makes it easy to sneak up on a prey, makes the reptile almost invisible even to a cougar. And so that the cat does not accidentally step on such a creature, the snake deliberately betrays itself, begins to rattle the tip of its tail while taking a protective stance. That is, the snake twists the body like a big spring. The rattlesnake is ready to shoot his head at the target for a fatal bite at any moment, but deliberately delays the blow to give a random opponent time to escape. And only if the warning of the rattlesnake is ignored, and moreover, if they try to attack the snake, it attacks almost always for sure. And this cougar acted very wisely. It decided to be careful when it encountered a huge python in the expanses of humid Florida. In fact, in this case, the mountain lion will attack the snake in the head in order to quickly break its neck and not allow itself to be bitten. However, during the attack, the python may have time to twist and dig into the cat, and then wrap its body around it. So this tactic is not a guaranteed success at all. Why does this cougar seem to taste the python and try to bite it in the middle of the body? The answer is simple. It's the first time it's ever seen such a big snake and genuinely does not know how to react to it. Fortunately, the python is not in the mood for a fight either. Instead of counterattacking, it quickly removes the torso from the puma's teeth. The cat was smart enough to understand that it was better not to mess with such a terrible creature and go look for easier prey. So this time, both opponents remained alive and did not even receive any damage. What do the masters of Oriental martial arts say there? The best fight is the one that did not happen. You can give this cougar a black belt. When parents sense a threat to their children, their reaction is entirely unpredictable. In this video, the female raccoon demonstrated wonders of courage. At some point, the raccoon mother with her offspring noticed a lynx lurking in the bushes. Initially, the animals watched and sniffed each other, and then the lynx made a sudden lunge towards the mother with her cubs. But she didn't lose her composure, stood up in defense of her offspring, and chased away the lynx. An eyewitness noted that part of the confrontation was actually left off camera. In the end, the enraged mother drove the lynx into a swamp from which it barely managed to escape. The raccoon female won the battle for her cubs. Elephants. In case of danger, all wild animals step up to protect their offspring, including African elephants. Moreover, the largest terrestrial animals sometimes act proactively. For instance, a herd of elephants encountered a pack of hyena-like dogs. The elephants immediately assumed a defensive position and emitted intimidating sounds, causing the opponents to flee. Elephant mothers and their relatives will fight anyone attempting to harm a calf in their herd. Mothers always protect their children, and animals are no exception. Once in Zambia, a female elephant trampled a crocodile to death in front of tourists, thinking that it could potentially threaten her offspring. The female elephant, acting in defense of her progeny, is highly aggressive, attacking the enemy not only with tusks and a trunk, but also with her massive legs. An adult female elephant can weigh from 2,700 to 3,600 kilograms. So the crocodile really had no chance of survival. By the way, those who haven't learned not to mess with moms often suffer themselves. This large grizzly bear spotted prey, a puma kitten. The bear initially thought it had found a tasty meal. Grizzlies are also very dangerous, but not in this case. The puma is quite a serious cat and won't allow anyone to harm her cub. Claws and sharp teeth come into play here. The intense struggle ended with the grizzly, significantly larger than the wildcat, having to retreat. Maternal instinct is a powerful thing. Protecting one's child is one of the primary instincts in females. When cheetah mothers sense danger to their cubs, they transport them. They do this one by one to a safe place, holding them firmly but gently by the scruff. The cubs don't resist and patiently endure such relocation. Lions and hyenas often attack cheetah cubs not for food, but to eliminate a food competitor. In such cases, the cheetah mother initiates the attack first. Hunters redirect their attention from the cubs to the mother, and a counterattack ensues. Considering the cheetah's speed, predators have no chance of catching the brave mother. But it takes enough time for the cubs to escape or hide. The cheetah mother may continue these attacks until her cubs are safe. This tactic is nearly ineffective if there are more than 2 attacking predators. A pack of wolves, for example, hyenas, or lions will achieve their goal. This courageous cat undeniably deserves the title of Mother Hero. To save her cubs, she fearlessly confronted a huge python, hissing and actively fending it off. Risking her life, she attempts to rescue her kittens. It may seem like the video is purposely edited, yet both the cat and the reptile here are pretty real. And the mother's reaction to the snake attack is genuine. Animals can go to great lengths when their offspring are in danger. Many animals exhibit a radical change in behavior after giving birth. This means they become much bolder. A wildebeest and its calf, engrossed in grazing, stray away from the herd. They are unaware that a cheetah is nearby, waiting for an opportune moment. The predator springs from hiding and attacks the calf. But the mother reacts instantly, delivering a horned headbutt, freeing the cheetah's grip on the cub. Both escape closer to the herd, leaving the cheetah without its day's meal. The cheetah likely needs time to recover from such a powerful blow. Mothers are ready to stand firm for their children, and in this video, this ordinary hen confirms that. Just watch how the brave mother fearlessly protects her chicks from a king cobra. The hen has been walking around with her chicks, and then the cobra appears. Royal cobras apparently enjoy feasting on small chicks. The mother hen notices it, emitting loud warning clucks and strutting around her chicks. The hen is not as simple as it seems. She spreads her wings, fluffs her feathers to appear larger, chucks loudly, and boldly attacks the cobra. She doesn't allow the snake to approach the chicks and stands in its way like a shield. The situation seems hopeless. The snake refuses to retreat, but in the end, it just gives up. Perhaps it decided that the effort wasn't worth the trouble. Thanks to the strong maternal instinct of this brooding hen, all the chicks remain alive. Here's some more incredible footage of brave parents from the bird family. This time, we're featuring geese. Whoever lives or used to go to the countryside knows what geese are, how they hiss and they peck legs. Geese aggressively attack anyone approaching their nest or their chicks. A fox discovered a pair of geese with a brood of goslings in the swamp. Just watch how one of the parents, spreading its wings wide, attempts to protect its offspring from the cunning predator. The fox darts around. It desires to feast on the little goslings, but the goose here hisses, flaps its wings, and prevents the fox from getting any closer. After a while, the fox gives up on approaching these cute, fluffy goslings. This creature is quite large. Buffalo may reach up to 180 centimeters in height, with a body mass of around a ton. In a fight, a buffalo can put up a worthy resistance against a lion. Lions hunt weak individuals such as calves and females. Mothers will fight for their offspring, launching ferocious attacks to protect their progeny. They are ready to fight to the death, defending their young ones. Therefore, fluffy predators have a tough time. Buffalo horns can cause serious injuries, tossing the big cat several meters back. Hooves are also not idle, generously delivering blows left and right. And don't forget that buffaloes are herd animals. Cute dogs cease to be so when it comes to the safety of their offspring. In an instant, a domestic sweetheart turns into an aggressive animal. If you try to harm her puppies, the parental reaction will be immediate. And this is simply admirable. And admit it, the way a mother dog selflessly attacks the offender is truly inspiring. Whether small or large, these animal mothers do everything possible to say no to predators and ensure the safety of their children. Now this is truly worthy of your likes. Have you ever witnessed animal mothers defending their children? Let us know in the comment section.